clinical trials are scientific experiments, and scientific experiments are designed to find whether or not something works, and if it does work, how well, and if it doesn't work, how badly doesn't it work. So clinical trials go through a series of everything from the will kill you to how much of it does it take to make you feel anything, to what's the right dosage that we are going to use to treat people, and that's when we get FDA approval. Now, clinical trials use informed consent because we want to make sure that patients understand what we're doing here. And really, this is where we want to really look out and see if, you had a strange headache 2 hours after you took the medication. Were other patients feeling that? Or was that something that else was going on with you? Maybe you weren't eating correctly, and that's why we're getting a headache. So we look at all of these things. But part of what informed consent is it requires that everybody understand what they're consenting or agreeing to. And this is one of the biggest issues that we have in trials, is making certain that everybody truly understands the information. We have trials that are designed, and we have these things called community advisory boards. And the people that can sit on community advisory boards are all of us. We may have a condition that's being looked at in a trial. We may work in medicine. We may have a background in science. You may just be somebody who's interested in activism and in your community. You want to do something different than knocking on doors and gardening and I don't know what's like in communities. Stocking food banks. So this is a great way to be involved and use some of the resources that you have available. The community advisory boards take all of the information of the trial. They have the trial designers, the doctors, speak to them and explain what they want to do. The advisory board then works to make sure that all the materials that are given to the patients are understandable. So when the patient gets the informed consent, they understand what they're signing the consent for. Being able to work in community advisory boards, and I've sat on a couple, it's very, very rewarding. And it's not something you're going to see an initial reward. I mean, this is the long game here. This is you are helping to change a dynamic, to be part of a situation that may eventually find a cure for something. But it's not a community advisory board unless it looks like the community. And so I would encourage everybody here to please try and get some information. I'm happy to provide information to talk about what needs to be done to get people on community advisory boards.